Welcome, everybody. Grand day. And I wish you all a beautiful, loving, and supportive day today on this Monday. Thank you to all of you that are going to be joining and tapping in for this beautiful way to kick off and start our week on this Monday, on the 17th of June, as we are going to be exploring the medicine, the energies, and the vibrations of the ancient Lemurian civilization, as well as the healing codes of Lemuria as well. My name is Marcus Christolight. I am the founder of Sacred Light Healing and Wellness, where we bridge community worldwide, as well as provide easier and more efficient access to knowledge of self, to connect our wisdom and stories, as well as to be able to bring support to each other as conscious individuals in a unified consciousness here on this earth. A little bit about myself. I am a Reiki practitioner. I also do light language, oracle card readings, chakra balancing. I'm also an educator and teacher of many different aspects of the human self. And I also do coaching and some other things as well. Along with that, I have a podcast, some shows I produce, and guided meditations on my YouTube channel, Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. And thank you to all of you that have continued to support. Now today, during this wonderful Lemuria Krystal guided meditation journey, we are going to be joined by a surprise guest. And that surprise guest, she is a wonderful sister that I've connected with for about 2 years now. And she is a multifaceted medium of many different light movements and light languages and other beautiful things. And today, our guest, she will be sharing some of her magical light language and energy with us today. And that guest is Shauna-Lee, the multi-dimensional muse. Shauna-Lee, welcome.
Hello. Thank you. Excited to be here with you.
Yeah, me too. It's really nice to be able to, it's really nice to see you again. I know it's been a little while and we've been on our solo journeys going through our transformation. And yeah, I'm just really grateful to be able to come back together and share space for another beautiful collective meditation like we've done
several times before.
Mm-hmm.
I love working with you.
And you guys can actually check out one of our guided meditations that I produced on my YouTube channel, Sacred Light Healing and Wellness. We have a Middle Earth wonderful guided meditation journey connecting with the Fays, the Gnomes, and the Guardian Dragon energy. You guys can check that out on the YouTube channel. And Shauna, how are you today?
I'm doing really good. I had a great weekend. I did a lot of grounding. I was out in the garden with my plants, and that's the best place for me. Talking with the plants and doing my light language with them and everything. And my plants grow big and huge and beautiful and vibrant, and I love it. Yeah, I'm feeling great.
Wonderful. So Shauna, before we begin, what is it that you provide and serve to the collective?
I am a psychic medium, an animal communicator, a light language sound healer, and I'm Native in my background, so I bring a lot of Aboriginal and shamanic practices as well. Yeah.
Wonderful.
I've also recently stepped into the arena of working with childhood traumas. And recently I did some training with quantum regression integration therapy. So I'll be facilitating people letting go of their trauma. I
Wow,
got
that's
3 sessions to do and I'll have my certification. So that's really led me kind of on a path that I wasn't expecting. I didn't see it coming. So it's kind of helped me to move further into my service, which feels great, feels amazing.
that's so beautiful. Congratulations on your new journeys, and thank you for continuing to be devoted to bringing in more of the light and continuing to bring balance to folks. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and navigate us over into a very brief, maybe about 10-minute education video about Lemuria as a civilization and what Lemuria has been in relation to our human connection, and just, yeah, allow you guys to get comfortable. You know, grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your water, get yourself comfortable, set up your crystal grid, get your altar going, light up some incense, burn some sage, whatever it is you'd like to do. Get cozy, get your Zen space flowing, and we're going to watch a short video about ancient Lemuria, and then we'll be transitioning over into our guided meditation. Please, if you may, all of you out there, share this on Instagram to all of your friends, community, and family. And if you're on YouTube, please share it and send it out to the same. Thank you all for being here. All righty.
Speculative theories, the Lemurians believed to be the ancestors of modern human society, originated from the lost continent of Lemuria. The mysterious submerged land continues to captivate and intrigue people around the world today. Lemuria is often portrayed as utopia on Earth. The enigmatic landmass is believed to have covered regions such as Africa, Madagascar, India, and islands in the Indian and Pacific Oceans. In 1864, the zoologist Philip Sclater first proposed the concept of a continent on which Lemuria was located in ancient times. Mythology suggests that all of Earth's landmass was once a colossal ancient continent known as Pangaea, which broke apart over time, leaving some segments submerged underwater. Such is the supposed fate of Lemuria. However, these theories remain unconfirmed by science. The submerged Lemurian continent is also called the Mu continent. The name Lemuria is derived from the lemurs believed to have inhabited these regions. Meanwhile, the Indians had their own ancient term for their submerged continent, long before the 1864 theory, calling it Kumari Kandam. The Lemurians are believed to have been part of a highly developed extraterrestrial society. Their lives lasted more than a millennium, and their height was about 4 to 5 meters. They had 3 eyes, 2 in front and 1 behind, as well as 4 hands. However, they lacked digestive and some other human organs, relying on energy from nature for their sustenance. The Lemurians were highly spiritual and possessed extraordinary supernatural powers, including telepathy, levitation, and clairvoyance. In this video, we will look for the traces of the ancestors of modern human civilization. We will delve into the theories of their history and examine the version of an alleged ancient war with the Atlanteans. Legend has it that, like the story of Atlantis, Lemuria was engulfed by a colossal natural disaster and submerged under the Indian Ocean more than 12,000 years ago. The few remaining Lemurians scattered across the earth, laying the foundations of today's human civilization. Theory suggests that the spiritual advanced Lemurians gradually became more primitive over time, eventually becoming the ancestors of modern humans. At first, they were asexual and reproduced by cloning, but over time, they developed human organs and separated into male and female sexes. Some theories suggest that the Lemurians and the Atlanteans existed at the same time, albeit in different locations. Others claim that the Lemurians are descendants of the Atlanteans, and their society originated from the Atlanteans who survived the flood. Regardless of the truth, one aspect remains constant in the ancient myths. Unlike the Atlanteans, the Lemurians possessed no material wealth and demonstrated no material prosperity. They were primarily focused on spirituality and the divine. An interesting theory suggests that the Lemurians may even have predated the Atlanteans, supporting the notion that spirit came before matter. American scientist Ellis Silver proposes the idea that various advanced extraterrestrial species seeded humanity on Earth about 200,000 years ago. This hypothesis is gaining popularity in esoteric circles, with many rejecting Darwin's theory of human origins. In 1870, biologist Ernst Haeckel also suggested that Lemuria might be the cradle of mankind. The well-known occultist and medium Helena Blavatsky shared the view in her 1888 book, The Secret Doctrine, in which Lemuria and the Lemurians were presented as the genesis of the human race. As already mentioned, the Lemurians were considered a race with clairvoyant powers, and according to esoteric enthusiasts, they foresaw the submergence of their own land. This foresight has enabled them to prepare for the coming flood and preserve precious relics of their existence and culture. It is said that among these protected treasures, the most valuable are ancient manuscripts dating from the Lemurian era, which to this day remain somewhere well hidden from us humans. The legend continues in that, although expected, the catastrophe happened earlier than expected. As a result, most of the population of Lemuria perished under the waters of the Indian Ocean. Only a few thousand Lemurians managed to survive. The continent's sudden disappearance resembles the dramatic and mysterious fate of Atlantis. Edgar Cayce, one of the most famous clairvoyants in history, also mentioned the Lemurians in his visions. According to his insights, unlike the Atlanteans who supposedly inhabited the earth to redeem their karmic debt, the Lemurians bore no such responsibility. Their goal was to raise their spirits and then learn to control and manage their physical bodies. The intrigue surrounding Lemuria and the ancient Lemurians intensified further in 2013 when geologists discovered sunken granite fragments in the ocean south of India, extended to Madagascar, which coincided with the occult belief that Lemuria once existed in that region. Among the additional evidence is the discovery of remarkable megalithic structures, such as the Moai on Easter Island and similar ones on several Pacific islands where the Lemurians are believed to have resided. Researchers suggest that these structures were built by the Lemurians themselves. Already in the 15th century, a group known as Tamil nationalists used the term Kumari Kandam. It at first appears in the Kanda Puranam, the Tamil edition of the Skanda Puranam, a sacred Hindu text. It refers to an ancient, now lost continent called the birthplace of civilization. The narrative also spread to India, where the country once accepted the legend as a historical fact. It describes a land that was long ago swallowed by water called the Kumari Kandam, which is now called Lemuria. According to folklore, Lemuria and Kumari Kandam are one and the same, a legendary lost continent of the ancient Tamil civilization located in the Indian Ocean. The narrative speaks of its rulers ruling the entire Indian subcontinent, suggesting that the Tamil civilization is among the oldest. When Kumari Kandam disappeared beneath the waves, its inhabitants scattered and created different civilizations, turning the ancient continent into the lost birthplace of civilization. There's no definite evidence for the existence of Lemuria or Kumari Kandam. However, researchers from India's National Institute of Oceanography have found that about 14,500 years ago, the sea level was about 100 meters lower, and about 10,000 years ago, it was about 60 meters lower. This suggests that there may have been a land bridge connecting Sri Lanka and mainland India in the past. Global warming accelerated 12,000 years ago, causing sea levels to rise and periodically flooding numerous settlements along the coast of India and Sri Lanka. The submerged lands of Lemuria and Atlantis are believed to have been destroyed as a result of a nuclear conflict caused by the Anunnaki, who convinced the Atlanteans that they should dominate the Earth, according to an obscure account dating back more than 12,000 years, to which is spoken of as texts such as the Chronicles of Akakar. A nuclear war led to a global disaster, but some Lemurians and Atlanteans managed to survive. The story goes that more than 12,000 years ago, the two continents were located above water. Lemuria was located in the Pacific Ocean and Atlantis in the Atlantic Ocean. In the Chronicles of Akakor, Carl Bruguera claims that the two continents were inhabited by two different divine races, whose civilizations are much more advanced than ours. The conflict between them escalated and culminated in a devastating battle involving nuclear weapons. Darkness covered the surface of the earth. Although the sun continued to shine, a vast, dense fog cast a shadow over the landscape. Peculiar signs appeared in the sky. A red sun and a dark trajectory intersected, says a passage from the story. The two divine factions tried to drain each other's energy as they incinerated the planet with solar heat. The rivers changed, the mountains shifted, and the brightness of the sun changed. Floods followed that wiped out entire continents. Lemuria is also mentioned in several mysterious Hindu tablets discovered by James Churchward in 1864. He and the high priest of the temple concluded that the tablets told of the lost land of Miu, inhabited by the Naakalis, or Holy Brothers. The tablets say that Miu, or Lemuria, sank about 12,000 years ago, and that Easter Island and the other Polynesian islands are remnants of the lost island. The American psychic Edgar Cayce received a telepathic vision from extraterrestrial beings coming from Cassiopeia. According to their accounts, the Atlanteans had a long history, developed space travel capabilities, and even established bases on other planets, such as Mars. In addition, they possessed a secret technology that harnessed energy from space with the help of huge crystals. There is conflicting evidence about the nature of the Atlanteans. Some sources portray them as intelligent and benevolent beings who eventually turned malevolent, while others claim they originated from another solar system and were cold and callous in nature. We open this long parenthesis with the clarification because the narrative goes like this. The Atlanteans coexisted peacefully in Atlantis since 210,000 BC. However, their society was compromised by the Anunnaki, and especially by corrupt Atlantean high priest. The conflict with Lemuria began with these deprived Atlanteans, self-proclaimed sons of Belial, began to dispute the Lemurians for global dominance about 25,000 years ago. The Atlanteans are trying to subjugate all other tribes and civilizations on Earth. On the other hand, the Lemurians advocated the natural evolution of other societies and called for non-interference. This position eventually led the Atlanteans to start a war against Lemuria, which ended with a plan for a nuclear strike. The disaster was further exacerbated by the igniting of underground gas reservoirs. Over 60 million Lemurians perished as a result. The remaining survivors hid in caves before launching another attack on the Atlanteans. However, the final demise of this ancient continent was inevitable due to a series of natural disasters caused by the weapons used. The many Atlanteans also fled and hid in caves all over the world. It is said that the symbols associated with Atlantis, such as spirals and crescent moons, can still be found in these caves today. As the ages passed and the stability of the earth was restored, the two civilizations revived and gave rise to the cultures we know today as Sumer, Egypt, India, and China. Later, the Anunnaki returned and secretly took control of Earth, marking the beginning of history as we know it. Fantastic story, myth, or reality? We'll leave it to you to judge for yourself. Undoubtedly, the great obscurity and the impossibility of researching any artifacts today related to this ancient civilization will continue to excite our interest and curiosity for many centuries to come. Subscribe to the channel if you like what we do and support us by leaving a comment.
Wow. That was a really good informal video. That was really wonderful. Whew. Wow. So thank you all that are tapped in on YouTube and on Instagram. And if you guys are new to this space, new to any of my spaces, welcome. And I hope you enjoy the beautiful healing energy that will be channeled through myself and our special guest, Shauna-Lee, today. And yeah, just really embrace this space for just being open to just relaxing, being surrendered, and not feeling like you're expected to do anything or that you have an obligation other than just to be present and to allow yourself to have an open mind, open heart, and to receive the beautiful energy that we'll be sharing. And if any of you guys are curious about my YouTube channel, if you are not familiar with it, I'll go ahead and put it in the YouTube or the Instagram comments for you guys, so you guys can have access to that. And on my YouTube channel, I have my podcast, a couple of shows, and they're all holistic, conscious based. And I also have guided meditations that I've made myself. And you guys can see it all organized under playlist on my YouTube channel. And I believe Shauna-Lee over here has a YouTube channel as well, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I've still got my YouTube channel under the name Witchy Kind of Woman Official because I've changed my name, but I'm in the process of working on that. So I do have some content still up underneath Witchy Kind of Woman Official, but you will see the name change anyways.
Awesome. There we go. I went ahead and put it in the YouTube comments for you guys on YouTube. We got Sacred Light Healing and Wellness, and then Witchy Kind of Woman Official. That's where you guys can find us both on YouTube. Thank you to all of you that are supporting and that will subscribe. Appreciate you all. So we're going to go ahead and move into our sacred meditation space after our wonderful education on Lemuria. And for everybody out there, go ahead and allow yourself to get comfortable. And you can use any crystals that you would like. Burn some sage if you would like. Maybe grab your essential oils, set up an altar, whatever it is that you like to do authentically for you in your sacred space. Feel free to go ahead and get that comfortable and situated. And I also invite us to think about and bring some focus to an intention that you would like to receive or that you would like to release from this meditation session. So as you think about this intention and set this intention with the universe, you can do this either inside of your own mind, you can do this on a journal paper, or any other way that you would like to put forth this intention with the universe that you would like to receive or release in this guided meditation space. This could be a trauma that you have struggled with. This could be a pain that you're carrying. This could be an attachment that you're having. This could also be a limited belief pattern that you've been thinking about yourself. It could be low self-worth, self-esteem. It could be inner child healing. It could be grounding. It could be connecting with your higher self. Whatever it may be, forgiveness. There are all sorts of intentions that you can set today. and it is completely authentic to you, and there's no limit to what energy can be moved for you. So feel free to sit with that intention for a moment, and then we'll be bringing that intention into the guided meditation to help bring balance and restoration to it. All right, let me play some music. Alrighty. So as we begin this meditation, go ahead and get comfortable. You can either sit or lay down for this practice. And if you are sitting, checking in with our posture, making sure that we have our back straight, supporting our spine. If you have any physical ailments, which you can do to the best of your ability. If you are laying down, making sure that you have your legs straight and not crossed to allow the flow of energy in and out of your feet. And then next, checking in with the shoulders, making sure that we are relaxing, letting go our shoulders to the side. Next, checking in with the elbows and the wrist to make sure that they are loose. And then checking in with the fingers, making sure that we're not balling our fists. And as we continue to scan, we're going to make our way to our legs, making sure that our hips are loose, our thighs. We're not flexing our quads or hamstrings. We're letting them be loose. The knees and the calves. And then making sure that we are not curling our toes, allowing our toes to be flat. And then last, we're going to check in with the jaw, making sure that we are not clenching our teeth. The reason why we go through this before the meditation is to make sure that our vessel, our body, our container is soft, open, and able to flow with our current. This flow of current allows for a more natural and smooth process of releasing, as well as receiving light. Our direction is the breath. Breathing in through the nose, expanding the stomach. Drawing that breath all the way down the body to the earth, grounding and anchoring. Exhaling out of the mouth. Breathing in through the nose, expanding the stomach. Drawing that breath all the way down to the earth. And releasing out of the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Continue to focus on this breath throughout the meditation, as the breath will take you deeper into your layers and will also move you through anything that rises or triggers. Staying with the breath. And as you breathe, beginning to feel yourself in a beautiful divine space where you can feel yourself surrounded by beautiful, radiant, crystalline, Lemurian quartz crystals. Many different sizes, large and small, surrounding us in all directions. And while we feel the magnetic energy of these Lemurian quartz crystals, you can also feel against your skin and in your pores, flowing throughout your cells and atoms. All around us is the beautiful water element of the ocean, where Lemuria was located. And as we feel these regenerative, rebirthing waters flow through our body and being, you can also feel the water expanding and amplifying these Lemurian quartz crystals around us, blessing us with the codes and the memories that have been ingrained into these quartz crystals. Staying with the breath as we continue to receive the healing of the ocean and these quartz crystals. And as we continue to breathe, recalibrating, rejuvenating, these beautiful ancestral figures of Lemuria spiritually make their way into our energy fields. The Lemurians that come to you are specific to your DNA, specific to your soul connection. In this moment, they have a message. They have medicine for you to receive as another reflection of their self. And as we continue to breathe, in this moment you may bring forth focus to your intention for this meditation, or you may bring focus to your intention now. Bringing forth our intention or focus. You may now give up what it is that you wish to release to the Lemurian ancestors, to these crystal codes. Staying with the breath as we affirm with the universe, I am releasing these energies that are causing resistance, imbalances, and distortions in my energy field. I am receiving healing, balance, and wholeness energies. I am. I am. Staying with the breath. Now the ancestral Lemurians go over to the quartz crystals and they grab a quartz crystal each, and then they bring back over to our space one of these quartz crystals, and they bring over this Lemurian quartz to give you the access, to give you the space to encode and to program your own metaphysical quartz crystal. You may encode this crystal with any intention, any purpose. Think about what it is that you would like to infuse into this metaphysical Lemurian quartz, or physical if you have one. Sit with that intention and allow yourself to feel it in your heart. And as we program these quartz crystals with our ancestors, The ancestors amplify and support this space, gifting and sharing with us their beautiful native light language energy.
Aswar is nur ud ur arwar hasir yasir.
Staying with the breath. Feeling the medicine energetically vibrate through your biology, through your mind, and through your emotions, clearing away any stagnant emotions, any densities that are stored, clearing away any blockages within our physical body, and helping bring peace and clarity to our mind space. Feeling the expansion and the deepening of the heart chakra in the center of the chest as this Lemurian quartz continues to program and to deeply connect to the heart chakra center. Purifying, uplifting, and activating the heart center. And now, the Lemurian ancestors begin to clear out our energy centers and recalibrate our chakras to balance. Beginning at the crown, staying with the breath as we receive this Lemurian Reiki energy at the crown chakra. Making our way down to the third eye. Down to the throat chakra. Down to the higher heart. To the heart chakra. Down to the solar plexus. Down to the sacral. And down to the root chakra. Feeling ourselves beginning to ground deeper to the earth. Feeling ourselves harmonizing, balancing, and healing. And as our energy centers recalibrate, the Lemurians bless us with a protective and loving shield of light through another dosage of their divine light language.
Osur ispir karut harwar in war is sar is amor us yas baswar id nar ud war asir as was is nar ud aspir his be.
Our beautiful Lemurian ancestors now begin to take our specific Lemurian crystal, unique to each of us, and they replicate and multiply this crystal into 7 for each of our 7 chakras. They begin to place one of these crystals into each of our 7 chakras, inserting it into our metaphysical energy center, so that this authentic Lemurian quartz that we had programmed with our intention may now begin to recalibrate and to serve its potent medicine in each of our 7 chakras. For when we continue our travels outside of this space, outside this meditation, allowing ourselves to receive these crystals as they are now balancing and upgrading each chakra, activating and cleansing our DNA, as it is time. It is time for Lemuria to rise. It is time for Atlantis to rise. It is time for balance in this world. The feminine has reigned. The masculine has reigned. We have learned the wisdom that we have needed in this earth plane. And we are ready. We are ready for balance. We are ready for equality of the masculine and feminine. We no longer need one to dominate the other, for one to be more special than the other, but for balance, acceptance, support, unconditional love for the different aspects and traits that the feminine and the masculine carry, not as separate, not as opposite, but as balance, as equal and perfect fits for each other. The duality of wholeness, unified. And as we begin to close out our time with our Lemurian ancestors in this crystal kingdom, they bless us with one final message and medicine energy through their light language.
Masters are your old, where it here is Aswur, as is are your us, Sarim Yam Ur Isbir, Garwar Id your is nor ug Ir is sar us asbir. Mame away me aswer erid maru amuero eswer haresa yaro imweri urespi yari imwa iswe naramad and with
Yashikiapa Samana Shutia Sujoshuada Yasata Yashiana Sukuapa Yashiana Suati Ikia Shata Yasa Ukikiana Shu Isimiatiata Ukutaya Shiana Sikutua Yashia Mayatu Yashukoya Nesiatia Ikutua Yashinikia Usuashi Isinikoata Ya Okata Shiana Usuyena Shin Kulata Yashia Tututa. And now feeling ourselves vibrating at these crystalline Lemurian codes throughout every fabric of our being, on a cellular level, mental, emotional, and beyond. Just allowing this to happen, allowing our recalibration, remembering as we continue on in our journey that we may access these Lemurian quartz crystals that we have programmed with our ancestors through each of our 7 chakras at any time. Just consciously acknowledge, bring focus to these crystals, and they shall imbue and bless you with their codes that you have programmed yourself through your authentic energy. Our Lemurian ancestors give gratitude, they give reverence, give love to you and I for this time and space, for this acknowledgement, for this openness to connect, to be present. As it is now time for us to give our gratitude, give our love to them for their space holding in this divine journey. Just allowing ourselves to fill with gratitude and unconditional love for this multidimensional life and divine existence that we are a part of. Now we begin to make our way out of this crystal kingdom and begin to journey our way consciously back to our physical body, to bring our presence and consciousness to our physical world and environment, integrating and rebirthed in these new energies, remembering the messages and the crystals that we can access moving forward. We may call upon this space, this live meditation, Lemurian guides at any time. And you may connect with physical world Lemurian quartz crystals to access more Lemurian messages and codes. When you're ready, opening your eyes, moving your body, and integrating back to your physical world. May you remember to nurture yourself with supportive energies. May you remember that you are tender and vulnerable and recalibrating. May you remember to hydrate well, to eat well, connect with nature, give yourself grace, give yourself love, and reflect that to all others. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of this beautiful Lemuria Krystal guided meditation journey with myself, Marcus Christolight, and our special guest, the multidimensional muse, Shauna-Lee.
Thank you for having me.
It was an honor. Thank you. Shauna, is there any final messages or any languages that you would like to share as we close out?
I'm going to share a little bit more of light language. I just wanted to say that one of the Lemurians wanted us to remember the beauty and the love that we are. So I'm just going to share a little bit more light language with you before we go. Aswer is ar nar im amwer ud starwer id as ur nas id am ur with ear aswer jar us spear. Where is he and where
Shauna-Lee, thank you so much again.
It's an honor to be here with you. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Thank you for receiving.
I look forward to our future adventures. And thank you to all of you that have tapped in either live or sometime in the future, either on Instagram replay or on the YouTube channel. Feel free to leave your feedback or any comments in the comment section. It's absolutely welcomed, as we definitely embrace your experience and what you have been shifted through. Along with that, I'll have down below in the description any way to contact myself, as well as any way to contact and follow the multidimensional muse, Shauna-Lee. Everybody have a blessed and beautiful day. And remember to honor yourself, to continue to have spiritual hygiene, and to hydrate properly, especially as we get into these hotter solar flare days that are taking place. We're going to be going through a lot of energy, which is going to dry out and dehydrate the being. Shauna, have a blessed and beautiful day.
You too.
And I will talk to you soon.
Thank you again.
Wholeness and balance, love, everybody.